You can talk in this one.
The maiden one was in America. I think we got the US one. And that starts off with like a one thing and shine like a thousand. The stairs, and a beautiful girl. And yeah.
Helen,
No, they only had
talk, darling. Don't want to see your butt. You're on video, sweetie. Say a message for Tiger. Helly?
Alright. I hope you're well, Tiger. Hope you're doing well, darling. Growing up big. And that, and maybe one day we might see you one day here.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. Just to take care and just enjoy your childhood.
And we all love your daddy.
Yeah, we all loved him. We all love him still.
You can talk. Just at Milk Beach now.
How many do you have?
Huh?
How many do you have?
What?
Children?
2.
2 boys?
No, boy and girl. Emily, 10.
Oh,
And Ross has just turned 18, yeah.
They didn't want to come up or?
Oh, I didn't think of bringing them.
Yeah, when Phil asked me to lead them in a ceremony for Michael's ashes, he told me we're going to go on this boat. And we actually started on the wharf just down there in past Double Bay. And we came out on the yacht. And we entered out here, and it was right on sunset, and I remember one of the most amazing things is the wind was very strong, and Kel didn't want to really be throwing ashes around in strong winds. But what happened is at the moment we decided to, and this was just an amazing thing, the moment we decided to spread the ashes, there was a calm came over the entire harbour. The wind totally dropped. And for about half an hour we were able to conduct the ceremony, and then the moment the half hour was gone and we'd spread the ashes, it actually whipped up the wind again much stronger than what it is now. So and we then just sailed around for the next 3 or 4 hours around here. There was very few people on the boat that night because it was only a small boat, and John and Susie had decided it would be just his closest friends and relatives. So it was very special. So it has usually on the 22nd of January we come down here. Not always on the in November, but on his birthday we come down here, and I guess of course it's on that day that we spread the ashes. It's a beautiful part of the world, isn't it? It's not very nice, it's a bit overcast, but lovely silhouette anyway. Very beautiful. So we have that actually on the memorial site. That actually was taken the moment, just moments after we spread the ashes.
Well, I just thought like last year that would have been...
Live in America? You gotta get the second shop six.
No, you're right.
Well, she obviously wants to do this tonight.
Hey, sweetie, I haven't got you in my video.
Direction, because I know that when you're still here and all you can hear is the ocean and the faint harbour sounds. The night this is another story you probably could have read on the memorial site, but if you haven't read it, I'll quickly tell you it. A friend of mine, a musician who has a wonderful voice, a Maori lady, the moment Kel asked me to organise the ashes ceremony, I thought, I've got to get this lady to sing, because I'd seen her at at a governor's prayer breakfast, and she got up with the Parliament, the New South Wales Parliament, and she had sung Amazing Grace without any backing, and it was just beautiful. So I thought this woman singing this would be great. So when I called Kelland and said, let's ask this friend of mine, is that okay with you? He at first said, I'm not sure about this because maybe Jenny will want to sing, and bringing an unknown person into the situation. There was only 25 sort of places on the boat. So anyway, he thought about it a day and he said, oh, okay, we'll have her. And so I called up her husband, who's a friend of mine, another musician that I'd worked with in the studio, and I said, listen, we want to get Erin to sing. And he said, well, she's on tour overseas, but when she gets back, I'll get her to contact you. Well, she was not going to get back until the day before. That was the 21st she arrived back in Australia. And she called me, and she said, thank you so much for asking me to do this. I'm very honoured. But how did you know I was in the band? And I said, what? She said, how did you know that I was in Excess? I said, oh, come on, Erin, you weren't in Excess. She said, yes. She said, I was one of the backing singers, and I took with Michael, he's my dear friend. And I got on the phone and I said, listen, Erin has never told me this, girl, but the person you were worried about, the whole band will know her. She actually was in the band. And so we just thought that was so amazing. So that day, that afternoon, right on sunset, Erin has sang Amazing Grace, and it was, we'll take some silence in a moment, but what happened, if you can picture it, there was this silence of just the waves lapping, and we just spread the ashes. There was a little bit of, there was some sobbing sounds, but it was mostly like this. And then she started with this Maori lament, which was like a crying and a chant, which built up and finally came into Amazing Grace. And she sang the whole 3 stanzas, and in each stanza she changed key and went higher and higher until by the time she was finished, it was just reverberating around this whole cove. And it was just the most haunting, beautiful voice you'd ever hear. And I think everyone knew at that point that that was something very special had taken place. So why don't we just have a moment of silence, and I might just want to listen to the sounds of the water. Similar to what it was on that day. See all the sharks coming out now? You have that song, they filter out. That was what it was like.
All the time?
The sharks was like coming out now. Yeah, see that?
Yeah. That.
Yeah.
I mean,